the grounds of West Deptford Park in West Deptford, New Jersey, Comcast Channel 5 presents the Herb Moyer All-Star Classic. Hello again, everyone. Rob Christ along with my partner, Marc Narducci. A crisp, cool evening here from West Deptford Park. Tonight, the Herb Moyer All-Star Classic pitting the Colonial Conference teams, the Liberty and Patriot divisions against one another. And always a fun night, Mark, because you have an opportunity to see the seniors showcase their skills.
And a lot of good ones, too, Rob, especially some from the Channel 5 area. Kevin Glover of Gateway, Nick Forte, who we've seen a number of times from West Deptford. I expect to see some pretty good offense here tonight.
Again, last night, we had an opportunity to do the Tri-County Conference All-Star Game that you'll be seeing on Channel 5 as well. One of the things that attracts these All-Star games is coaches, and there will be many coaches on hand, and that's really the bonus for these players.
Yeah, a lot of these players will be in that Division II, Division III category, some potential Division I, but you're right. This is the time when the college coaches can finally see them, Rob. They've been coaching their own teams and haven't been able to get out to the high schools, so it's great exposure for these youngsters.
Well, we're excited to bring you some high-flying action here from West Deptford Park. Stick around. We'll have it for you next. Welcome back to West Deptford Park, just underway here. And we have the green versus the white. And the boys All-Star Herb Moyer Classic here. And once again, Mark, an opportunity to see these kids showcase their skills. Just a reminder, these kids are all seniors. So in order to qualify for the All-Star game, you do have to be in your senior year.
Rob, the other thing is the green team is the Liberty division, the bigger school team, but they're a little shorthanded. A couple of injured players, Paul Angelucci and Andrew Leonard, both the Collings were not there. Jim Wiltsey is your starting goalie from West Deptford, and he may have to play the field in the second half. That's how shorthanded this green team is.
Well, I don't think that he'll be disappointed. That goalkeeper always loves to go out in the field a little bit, mix it up. I'm sure a keeper always tells his players, yeah, I would have scored on that.
Well, we've seen him. He can certainly handle the ball well and has those kind of skills. So we'll see what happens. But the depth is not in the favor of this team.
Everybody always wants to get an opportunity to do something else. I know that you've always longed to be a rock and roll star. Well, maybe if we're lucky, we'll have you singing later. Let's take a look at the Liberty division, their lineup. Keith Fran, along with Keith Novak, Haddonfield and West Deptford, respectively. Joseph McGuire from Collingswood, Nick Paranto from West Deptford. Sterling contingent, John Corcoran and Jim Overpeck from Collingswood. Additionally, Paul Angelucci and Jason Halpern. From Haddonfield, James Jordan, Collingswood's Andrew Leonard. Kyle Filano, we saw earlier, from Haddonfield, coached by his father. Keith Stippick from Sterling. From West Deptford, Nick Forte, Billy Prinz, Sterling, Joel Lyons, Jim Wiltsey, your keeper from West Deptford, and Kevin Simpers from Haddonfield.
Simpers is another one that has been hurt and has a hamstring injury. We'll see if he's going to be in there.
Right now, each team seemingly feeling themselves out, and a good opportunity here for the white team. Let's take a look at the Patriot. Sean Babcock from Haddon Heights, Adam Rupertus, and Fran Kelly from Audubon, John Karwoski from Woodbury, Chris Nelan, Jeff Kirk, and Lou Dollarton from Haddon Heights, Corey Wilson out of Woodbury, Josh Kearney from Paulsboro, Tom Johnson and Jim Clark from Woodbury, John Francolino from Audubon, Curt Costenbader from Paulsboro, Kyle Darrow, Steve Briggs from Haddon Heights, Eric Mitana from Paulsboro, A.J. O'Malley from Haddon Township, Brian Freidrich, who we saw here from Haddon Township as they defeated West Deptford in the playoffs, David Almia from Haddon Township, the Gateway contingent, Kevin Glover, Paul Sommers, and Matt Guilfoy, and your keepers, Carl Oberg and Dane Pinsky from Haddon Township. They split time during the season.
Already we've seen Glover, who we talked about in the open, Rob, a young man that had 13 goals this year for Gateway, doing a really nice distribution. He's number 20 in the white. He's certainly a guy we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Dollarton down there on the flank, very, very dangerous for Haddon Heights. Was banged up earlier this season. I think he expected to have more goals, but was injured and ended up with 13. And here's Glover, as we talk about, taking the throw-in for the white.
Headed away, white team will settle.
I wouldn't give Glover that much time to send it in. That's an excellent cross that he made that time.
Sent in off the volley. A good opportunity for the white team on the blast from the whites' Paul Sommers from Gateway.
Well, what happened was Sommers took an excellent chest pass from Sean Babcok from Haddon Heights, wearing number 23. He chested it to him, and then one time did Wilson makes the save. That's an excellent work by the trio.
Ball sent in towards the middle. Paul Sommers with an excellent shot there. Really off the volley, a very difficult shot, and placed it where Wiltsey really had to work. Your team colors, the white and the green. The white, of course, as Mark had mentioned, the Patriot division. The green, the Liberty.
Of course, this is Lou Dollarton again on the corner kick. Oh, and again, looking for his Haddon Heights teammate, Sean Babcock. I think, Rob, that technically Sean Babcock's is as good as anybody in South Jersey. I mean, he's really, really skilled with the ball. Had 11 goals, but Jeff Epwright had him more in a defensive midfield position earlier in the season. He came more up in the attack later on, but just a very skilled player.
It'll be Wiltsey to send away the goal kick here. We're about 7 minutes in and scoreless from the Herb Moyer All-Star Classic, West Deptford Park. West Deptford always putting on a good show here. Ball sent in again off the half volley, and that will find its way behind the goal, resulting in a goal kick by that man, Wiltsey.
Well, you're seeing Dollarton and Babcock working it a little bit together, and those two were 4-year varsity players, so not surprising. So far, the smaller school Patriot division has really been dominating here.
To the middle, headed forward.
That's a great job by Glover, by the way. Did not reach over the back and wins that head ball. That's an excellent job by him.
White team putting together some passes. And as you mentioned, Mark, really controlling play here early. Ball sent in, and there's Babcock feeding the middle, through ball, sent in, and Wiltsey will handle. Not much on that shot, but again, the white team able to string together some nice passing. Headed towards the middle from the back, and now the green team really putting on their first pressure. Kyle Falana pressuring the ball, and the green team looking to settle. To the middle. Sommers will come up from the back, feed it towards the middle.
Well, remember we broadcast the game with West Deptford. Kyle Falana played 3 different positions, showing his versatility. Had 19 goals this season for Haddonfield, but they'd move him back to sweeper sometimes when they get a lead and put him in the midfield, and just had a banner senior season. And that was a dangerous kick. Good call that time. The officials, Vince Sepinen, Don Tash, and Dave Herwig.
Don Tash we had last evening over at the Tri-County Conference All-Star Game.
Of course, Dave Herwig's daughter, a former standout soccer player at West Deptford.
Ball sent to the middle. Nicely done. Up in the air. And Wiltsey aggressively comes on, loses control. Pressure put on by the white team. Still edge of the box in the middle. And finally sending it away, but the white team with some early pressure put on by Tom Johnson from Woodbury.
Well, I think Joseph McGuire, number 3 for Collingswood, Rob, saved the goal that time. He was backing up the play, backing up Wiltsey, and was the one that hit it out of there to keep this scoreless.
Serve towards the middle, headed up. And again, the white team. A miscommunication here results in possession by the green.
Tell you, the white team doing a very, very good job attacking right up the middle.
Green team settling, looking, distributing, switching sides. And the white team.
Of course, that's Dave Almia back there at sweeper. We saw him in that 2-0 South Jersey Group 2 semifinal victory over West Deptford. What a job he did quarterbacking that Haddon Township defense this season. Really reads the play well, which is what you want, obviously, from your sweeper. And there's Billy Prince. That's the first time we've called his name. It certainly won't be the last. The outstanding defender from West Deptford. Of course, you remember, Rob, when West Deptford got down against Township, they moved Prince up top because he has that kind of ability. Has one of the great, strongest legs that you'll see in South Jersey.
Babcock heads it out. Green team again putting on pressure. And they'll allow this in on the keeper.
Yeah, that was Jason Halpern with sort of a half volley. Didn't really mean to shoot it, but was just trying to keep the ball in.
Pinsky, the keeper, half of that Haddon Township tandem that we saw earlier in the season, in the playoffs, actually. Interesting strategy by Coach Upright to allow both goalkeepers equal playing time, and it served him well.
Well, what Mike Green had said was when he was doing it, neither one of them really beat the other one out. They were both seniors. They've been with the program. They started doing it, and they had a lot of success, obviously, getting to the South Jersey Group 2 championship game. And here comes Babcock.
Nice feed, Babcock, one of the proteges of Green, and just a little too strong there for the white team's Dollarton.
What happened was he was in a one-on-one position with Billy Prince of West Deptford on that right side, and I guess Babcock's showing a lot of respect, and rightfully so, for Prince's defensive ability. But Rob, he had a chance to maybe try to break him down a little bit. There was a lot of room there. Of course, that's the kind of respect that a guy like Prince will command.
Prince and Wiltsey, a big part of this West Deptford team, had a successful year, a senior-laden team, as was Haddon Township. And that was something both coaches talked about in that playoff game, that leadership would be a key factor in who went forward. And no surprise, it was Freidrich that started things in that playoff game.
I really like the way the white team is knocking the ball around. I mean, for an all-star team where you're not supposed to be too familiar with each other, they're really passing with a purpose.
Sent to the middle, and again, a little touch pass here, taken away. White team will settle.
It's amazing, excuse me, Rob, what you can do when you can control a ball. And a lot of times in the high school level, you may not have 11 guys that can play that kind of possession game, but here in an all-star game where all these guys have pretty much pinpoint control, you can see that they can really play the game well and play that possession style.
To the wing, chasing it down, the white team's Adam Rupertus. And coming in, Wiltsey.
Well, that's a good job by Wiltsey, coming right off his mark quickly, and he had to come quickly that time because the white putting a lot of pressure on him. Josh Kearney of Paulsboro, number 9, just won that head ball. That was a very good job. We've seen some impressive head balls in the fact that the guy from behind has been able to win it. He didn't put his hand on the offensive player. He just went straight up.
Little flick, and now the white team. A lot of midfield play here. Green team really not generating any opportunities. The white team with a couple, a Sommers blast and a Babcock header that went wide.
A couple times the green team has tried to send Kyle Falana with a long ball. Falana, number 11 in the green, and a guy who's very, very good shielding the ball and good in the air. So you do have to watch him. And when in that style Haddonfield played, they often did go with the long ball and sending people on goal. They better not mess around with Falana there. That's
very dangerous.
That was Joe Francolino from Audubon that time.
Ball sent to the middle. the South Jersey boys have a very good showing this year throughout the state.
Oh, we just saw, by the way, speaking of that, we just saw coming into the game, Cory Wilson, number 8, or not so much coming into the game, but getting into the play. And one of those teams that did so well, as you talked about, Rob, was Woodbury. And Wilson and there he is trying to chase the ball, number 8 offensively. Woodbury getting to the South Jersey Group 1 final. Marcanoli did an outstanding job with that team. Eventually losing 4-1 to Shalleck, but obviously no disgrace there. Shalleck went on and won the state championship in Group 1, and Wilson had a lot to do with Woodbury's success.
Shalleck, not your typical Group 1 school. We've seen that year in, year out. Again, playing in the coaches tournament final. Alana showcasing that speed. I stand corrected. They lost in the semifinals?
Absolutely, okay. to St. Augie's, and then St. Augustine lost in the coaches final to Shawnee. In a game I saw, a very, very good game.
I stand corrected.
But to amplify your point, though, it was their only loss of the season, and in a schedule where Shalleck never backs down from anybody. Just a very good year again for Coach Manel and the troops. They just seem to reload every year, and for a Group 1 school, that is not easy.
It's very impressive. How about just in general, the athletic program at Shalleck? What a turn in that program. I mean, it used to be Shalleck in almost every sport, other than maybe soccer would get trounced, but now they're doing the trouncing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rob, they have a heck of a senior class, and when you look at it, the seniors have really had a lot of success: football, basketball, soccer.
Again, Shalleck.
Of course, Josh Hegman has done a great job with that football program.
Well, he's a product of Rutgers University. Maybe they could have him up there as a coach. They're having another tough year, the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, it's amazing. They beat Michigan State and had a lot of high hopes for the season.
Getting back to South Jersey, again, you saw Rancocas Valley go on to win the state championship. And Delran. Now, I know in some ways people say these are central schools and sometimes central schools, but for all intents and purposes, Mark, they're South Jersey schools.
They are South Jersey schools. There's no question. Rob, the one question now, I'll be very interested to see. Oh, nice little bicycle kick by Falana there. I'll be very interested to see the final number 1 team in South Jersey in boys soccer.
You probably have an insight as to who that is.
Well, when I was covering it more, I used to actually do that, but now I don't know who people are going to pick, as that shot just goes wide. And again, we talked about Wilson. That's Cory Wilson from about 25 out, keeping it low. And again, that's one of the reasons why he's so dangerous. St. Joe University is one of the schools that he's looking at and is looking at Wilson. And if that were his choice, I mean, that would certainly be an outstanding choice for both sides.
It probably wouldn't disappoint Tim Camerata, the head coach of West Deptford.
That's right, a former Hawk. But anyway, to get back to it, every time we say to get back to it, the white team starts a run.
Watch back here. Here.
Again, the white team looking to set things up, dribbling through traffic, shot, and just a little bit under it was the white team's Jeff Kirk out of Haddon Heights.
Yeah, another one of those Heights players. But anyway, RV tied Kearney 0-0, co-champs, state group 4. Finishing with a 20 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. Shawnee finished 22-2. Lost to Toms River North in the South Jersey Group 4 final. The only other loss was to Lenape early in the season, and they beat Lenape two times after that. So, in my opinion, the Lenape loss is wiped out. RV, 2 losses, 1 to Cinnaminson, 1 to Lenape, but the 3rd loss to Shawnee in the coaches tournament, 2-1 in overtime. Now, who do you put number 1? Because, and to add to RV, they beat Toms River North in the state semi, the team that beat Shawnee in Group 4.
Right.
I have my opinion, but
well, I'll chime in with mine.
Yeah.
If you beat a team head to head, you have to argue that team is better.
I would not disagree with that. The RV people could say yes, but after that, we went on and beat the team that beat this team. It's to me, it's not a clear cut just because RV's a co-state champion, and
because they talk about in any sport you talk about whether one victory equates to another, and of course the later in the season the victories theoretically mean more.
Yeah, exactly. Now 2 of RV's losses were before October. But the third one to Shawnee was in the coaches' semis, and that was late in the year. So, in fact, that was the last loss the Red Devils had before, going on to their final run, going unbeaten in their last 6. So it's going to be interesting to see these final polls. Kind of a year I wish I was doing this still.
Maybe Shalleck even has an argument.
I don't think so for this reason. They lost to St. Augustine. Shawnee beat St. Augustine in the coaches' final. So I can't go that way. And to me, Delran has no argument.
But if you're saying that, then you go back to the Rancocas Valley argument. Because if Shalleck lost to St. Augustine and Shawnee beat St. Augustine, well, Shawnee lost to Toms River and RV beat Toms River.
Yeah, but Shawnee beat RV.
People at home, I hope you're scoring this.
It's not the same. But anyway, to me, it's just interesting. Delran, to me, has no shot at it. They lost to RV, and even if they didn't enter the coaches tournament. And I think a team that doesn't put its record on the line, I'd have a hard time making them number 1. When everybody else when Shawnee had to win 4 games to win the coaches tournament.
Were you surprised Delran beat Cinnaminson in Group 2?
No. I mean, they beat them and tied them in the regular season, so no, I wasn't surprised. I wouldn't have, nor would I have been surprised, Rob, had it gone the other way. I mean, I thought they were 2 very evenly matched teams.
I thought Cinnaminson had a bit of an edge, despite their head-to-head record. And that's a case where a lot of times you look at a team and you say, you know what? This team is better than another one, but head-to-head, one team just doesn't match up well against another.
By the way, it looks like Billy Prince has moved up top here to give this attack a little spice, and it's worked.
Pinsky having trouble, and this will be ruled a corner kick, first of the evening.
That was Keith Bryan of Haddonfield, who's going to be playing keeper in the second half. We talked about how the green was a little short on bodies here.
We're into the 24th minute. A little shorthanded as the referee has to go into the woods to track that down.
James Jordan of Haddonfield will be taking that corner kick. We saw him earlier this season against West Deptford. Have some pretty good pinpoint passes.
Headed forward and wide. Well, we focus on the boys in the Colonial Conference. Quite a few teams certainly have to feel good about their season. Haddon Township advancing in the playoffs, a big win that we saw here over West Deptford. Of course, Haddonfield winning the conference or the division. And Woodbury, as you mentioned, really going much further than perhaps anyone would have anticipated.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Gateway with a successful season.
Yeah, 13-7-1 for the Gators. There's no question about it.
Edge of the box and tripped up. Play on. White clears and a nice little feed.
Matt Guilfoy of Gateway, number 22 in the white, was the guy that cleared that out, made the defensive play. And look at Wilson turning on the Jets, but there were 2 defenders there. And probably a ball, if he had it over again, he would have gotten rid of and then gone to space.
So wholesale changes now as we head into the 26th minute. White team Everyone but one player came out of the game. You could hear the coach saying, everyone but 3. And now from the back, a little chip inside, a good look, and Wiltsey will handle. Long ball, punted away, and the white team with time to the wing, and slipping is the green.
Well, footing is a little slippery there, and that time again a good call. Joe Lyons of Sterling there on the trip. Here's Glover. I'm really impressed with Glover. Again, looking to go to that far post on the pass. That's a nice pass that he made out there, Rob, to Fran Kelly of Audubon.
Glover played a huge role with Gateway this year. In large part, their success predicated on his success. In the box, headed out. And a white team pushing forward. Good opportunity here. They'll look to distribute. And Babcok losing control from the back. It's McGuire. The green team will quickly counterattack in transition.
You know, we talk about Glover. He had 3 goals in a state tournament game, a 6-1 win over Woodstown. But I think Gateway a really good season. We said 13 wins, but you know that the Gators would love to have had that second round Group 2 game back against Cinnaminson, an 8-0 game.
Well, I don't think there's much question Cinnaminson was the better team there, but I certainly think that Gateway was better than they showed.
I'll tell you what, with a junior like a kid named Briggs Zizik for Cinnaminson, a prolific goal scorer, all-South Jersey candidate, they're going to be right there next year.
Turn in the box again. The white team continues to knock on the door. They just can't beat it down.
Yeah, Dollarton, number 7 in the white from Haddon Heights, had a chance. He had his back to the goal, spun, didn't get as much on it, and it got deflected. But it's a dangerous area to leave a guy like Dollarton in.
White team will look to regroup.
See, there's Almia starting it out, switching the ball. And, boy, there's a great ball movement by this white team.
And remember, it's the white team that is the smaller of the schools.
Smaller the schools, but the larger roster. Much more depth here today.
And here's Prinz. He has a big right leg. Prinz will cut it back inside. Beats his man to the spot, left foot, and just bending it outside the far post. Great individual effort working against Paul Sommers. Well, you know, you see Prinz and what he can do from the offensive end as well.
It's interesting because when he made that first cutback, I thought that when he made it right there, that's when he should have shot it, but he takes another dribble and gets in a tougher angle and has another defender on him, but still gets something on it. So I actually thought he held it too long, and he ends up almost scoring.
From the corner, headed, green team volleys, and handling Pinsky.
Boy, that's a nice shot by Kyle Falana. He's off balance going the other way, Rob, and got his foot on that ball and then put a little something on it.
Crowd starting to pick up here at West Deptford Park.
I'll tell you what, with Dollarton's speed, you better watch him. They've number 7 in the white. They've been sending him on both the flanks. And the green team better watch him. He can cause a lot of problems if he gets free there. And every player on the white team is up offensively just about. Green kind of back on its heels.
Here comes the green, but the white able to handle, and Glover coolly sends it back to his keeper.
Now again, you can send it back to the keeper like that. He cannot pick it up. If he does, it's an indirect, but and we talked about it before, Rob. They made that rule because it was slowing the game too much. They were going back to their keepers. He was picking it up, and the game was moving backwards instead of forward too much. So I thought that was a good rule a couple of years back.
Absolutely. Nice ball to the wing. Racing onto it, but unable to track it down is Fran Kelly.
Yeah. And who was that tracking it down was Kyle Falana, who was playing up top to start the game, and he's back now. Looks like he's playing. Looks like they have him at sweeper.
He knows no boundaries.
Of course, played for his father, Joe Falana, and he's had one of the great coaching careers in South Jersey history. Boy, another nice feed by Babcok. I talked about the touch that he has, and we've seen it here tonight.
The green team now sends it forward, and Almia.
See, that's great. Almia didn't just boot it out there. He settled it, Rob, saw that he had some time, and then a short little pass up the midfield to get things started. Much more effective than just kicking it and trying to boot it out of there.
Well, we talked about how effective Almia was in that game, that Group 2 playoff game against West Deptford. Coach Green felt that Almia was the MVP of his team.
Wow, that was a great feed that time. Even though that ball went out, Kevin Glover, who has just pinpoint passing, fed Dollarton on that right flank, Rob, and I'm telling you, he is putting the ball right on a dime on players' feet.
Well, again, it's the white team who continues to mount pressure here. We are scoreless from West Deptford Park. Rob Christ along with Marc Narducci. It's the 2004 Herb Moyer Senior All-Star Game, and whistle blows.
Rob, again, I'm not being redundant, but that play was set up again. Glover right on the foot of Dollarton, who was tripped up and got the direct kick.
There you see the team colors, the Liberty in the hunter green, the Patriot in the white with the green numbers. Now, set piece for the white, serving it far corner, headed out, green team, shields, and clears it out.
That's a nice job by Billy Prince that time. He felt the pressure, had a ball come up on him, and sort of like a half volley, and just again, when in doubt, kick it to the outside and then try to regroup.
Well, that was a great little job by Almia as he slipped and had the awareness just to get his foot out and knock it away from the green team on rushing, because it would have been a breakaway. And Almia does all the little things. Sent to the side, off the deflection, will have a green throw in. Inside of 6 minutes, or I should say 7 minutes remaining in this first half.
Tell you what, for a scoreless first half, we've seen some very, very good skill here.
And that's what you expect in terms of the passing and the possession and the skill level from an all-star game. One of the things that often becomes problematic is defensively, when to trap, if you can trap, etc. Ball in the box. Good opportunity here. Babcok, and deflected. I believe it was deflected. We'll see if it is a corner.
Yeah, I thought Joel Lyons, number 15 for the green from Sterling, deflected that time. There you see it again, Babcok. I thought off of 15 right there, and they're calling the corner.
That is so dangerous as a keeper. You can't react to that carom.
Well, you put a little English on that, a little bit of a banana kick that time that we saw from Babcok, showing something else that's in his offensive arsenal.
A good header, but the green team able to shut the door, and Wiltsey in the right spot denies the white team. Wiltsey's been busy this first half. Prince with a little flick, and racing onto it, it's Sommers. Sommers will turn and send it to the near wing. Trying to settle as the white team. They do a little flick by A.J. O'Malley.
That's a great trap by O'Malley that time on a very difficult ball. Look at Glover. One touches right out there to his teammate again.
Make that one your way.
And it will be Glover with the throw-in, however, changes for the white.
Rob, there are just some players that are just so accurate and can put a ball anywhere to their teammates, and a person like that, like Glover, is just invaluable. And what I like is he can do it whether it's on a one-touch, whether he settles. Showing a lot of versatility here.
Just walking by, Billy Kirk, brother of Jeff Kirk. Spent some time in this Colonial Conference. Was quite a pitcher at Haddon Heights, now pitching at the University of Pennsylvania. Green team now transitions.
Billy Kirk. I remember the year he pitched them when Haddon Heights won in the South Jersey Group 1 finals.
Group 2, beating us at Gateway. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
No, it wasn't that. That wasn't the year. No, I saw him in a game at Cherry Hill East.
That's where Group 2 is. They lost to Woodstown.
Woodstown. That's who it was. Yes. I didn't bring up you guys.
You like to throw the salt in the wounds, don't you, Mr. Narducci?
I did not realize he had beaten you in the playoffs.
I'm just kidding. He's a tremendous pitcher, and he pitched an excellent game against us in the semifinals, and he's doing quite well at the University of Pennsylvania.
Bob Seddon, the coach, by the way, remember when Bob Seddon at Pennsylvania was coaching soccer and baseball simultaneously? Not the easiest workload. He gave up the soccer a while ago.
Well, that was the time when athletics were a little bit more in their, I guess, naivete stage. They're a little bit more innocent. Now, so much pressure at every level, even at the Division III level, to perform, that splitting the duties is a rarity. When I played in college, our coach was also the soccer and the baseball coach, and that was not so uncommon. It was a means of universities saving money. Of course, that was a long time ago.
When was that, 1950?
I'm not even sure they had soccer in 1950. Well, the white team again putting on the pressure as we head down inside of 3 minutes remaining.
Well, Jeff Kirk was the one that kept that in. This is a dangerous situation for Wilson.
Top of the box, green team sends it out to the side.
It's interesting, but when the white team gets around the 18, it looks like they're almost overpassing, Rob. I would like to see them try to take a few shots on goal and take their chances there. They're almost being too unselfish, which you're not really used to seeing in an all-star game.
And again, the green team content to build that wall and just allow it to do its work defensively as the white team just continues to mount pressure. Green team, all it can do just to get it out of its own end. Few opportunities, perhaps the best by Billy Prinz.
There's a ball the keeper should get, yep. Easy enough. Is Prinz trying to chase down? I think Prinz is enjoying playing up top, don't you?
Absolutely. It's kind of like you, Mark, when you get to write the gossip column.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
We'll have a throw in here for the green team. Just over a minute remaining unofficially in this first half. It's scoreless. The white team, the Patriot division, having the best of play here. That is made up of the Colonial Conference's smaller schools. And the green team with Kyle Falana having the ball here would like to mount one last attack. And a little push by the white team's Steve Briggs.
That's a nice job by Falana. He got the ball out of the defensive end and started things up and caused the foul. It's amazing when you have those offensive-minded defenders what they can do for your attack.
Long ball sent in, trouble, and Pinsky collects it, and we'll boot it.
That was John Corcoran who had a nice feed inside of there from Sterling.
And now here's Wilson. A little give and go. Into the box, coming on, Wiltsey will slide, and that's a good read by Wiltsey.
Well, it had to be because Wilson was coming along there that time. One thing about Wiltsey that we've seen, he really gets off his line well. I think that's one of the real strengths of him.
And we should be just about done this half. We have it past the 40-minute mark. So a bit of a surprise here.
And we've had no stoppages. Either that or you need to get a new stopwatch.
Maybe this explains why I'm slower than I think I am. Well, that'll do it for the first half. Again, it's the white team with the better of play. The white team, of course, the Patriot. We're scoreless here from West Deptford Park. Stick around. We'll have second half action next.
I want to go get it.
Welcome back to West Deptford Park. We're underway here in the second half, and we're scoreless.
Rob, one correction I have to give. Carl Oberg, actually, for Haddon Township was in the first half, and Dane Pinsky is now, who I had said was in the first half, is now playing in the second.
Well, the white team certainly with the better of play in that first half, Mark.
Yeah, no question about it. One thing I would like to say, Keith Novak, number 24 for West Deptford, I thought for the green had a great first half. He put a lot of pressure on and made some plays. So we'll continue to watch what Novak does here in half number 2.
Thus far, it's been all green. So, seemingly, it must be that side of the field. It's obviously the only plausible explanation.
Well, one thing they did, because they're so short-handed, Fran Kelly, who was playing on the white team from Audubon, is now on the green team to help out.
Well, I don't think there's any question that Fran Kelly will be on the winning team tonight. Of course, they may tie.
If there is a win, right?
The green team putting on pressure. The green team, a nice little through ball, green team, but coming up, it's Pinsky. He's heard his name called all night long, even though he hasn't been in.
And you know who made that pass? Jim Wiltsey, the keeper, who's now not obviously playing keeper, as Bryan is in there. So, as you mentioned, that was an excellent through pass.
And Falana with the sliding ball, a nice pass, headed away, white team trying to regroup, and here comes the white team sending it back. So the green team with new life. I guess we could credit Fran Kelly.
By the way, they didn't know what number he was going to wear, so whatever number we see that isn't on our list is probably Kelly.
I think probably is the operative word.
Tell you what, though, Rob, very impressed with the play of both teams here. You can't stress enough that soccer is a game of familiarity, and for these guys, basically not really knowing each other's games, but again, and something like this, skill sometimes takes over, and these guys are all skilled, and that's why we've been seeing good possession soccer.
Into the box, white team, blast, kicked out on the rebound, and a good opportunity there, but got under it. So the white team, despite having little of the better of play, certainly with the best opportunity.
It looked like Steve Briggs of Haddon Heights, number 15, was the guy in there. There you see on the kick, and he actually had that far post there, and you know, when it's bouncing like that, Rob, you get a little bit anxious sometimes.
Give Billy Prince some credit, too, pressuring the offensive player. And there you see Prince. So under a little bit of duress, altering the shot.
How about Prince altering his positions? Started out at sweeper, moved up top, and now he's back again. There's a strong head ball by Glover, by the way.
Well, you can see this West Deptford team very versatile. Prince can play both sides, and you have Wiltsey who can play up front.
By the way, the reason the White has the ball so close in here was Freidrich had a great through ball. Number 18 for Haddon Township, that last effort.
Sommers unable to keep it from going out, and that will result in a green throw-in. And now the green team putting on pressure. Still continuing forward, the green team into the box.
That's Wiltsey trying to take on 4 defenders, Rob.
You gotta like that effort.
So not only does he come off his line quickly as a goal, he's not afraid to take on anybody one-on-one, or 1-on-4 as it was in that instance.
Well, let me tell you, if he scores a goal tonight, his teammates will never hear the end of it.
Well, obviously, you could see from the little bit of play here that he has played in the field sometime in his life, because he's got some very good instincts and some skills, and he has that keeper mentality where he'll go after anybody.
Yeah, you can see,
Not
very
afraid.
tenacious. He may want to score a goal more than any other player on the field. White team again sends it to the middle. And nicely out of the back, the green team clears, looks to go forward. And the white team will settle, going backwards to Almia. Over to Babcok. A pair of players that are very familiar with one another. 2 arch rivals. And I guess in many ways, this conference has become so tight over the years that almost everybody's an arch rival.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Especially, it's interesting. The top teams have been good for a long time. West Deptford, Haddonfield, Haddon Heights. Haddon Township's made the playoffs 8 years in a row. Gateway's had some off and on seasons, but generally very competitive.
Throw in here for the white team. Don't forget West Deptford in that mix.
Thought I said West Deptford.
If you did, I just didn't want you to forget about it.
Rob, they always say the hearing's the first to go.
What? I didn't hear you. White team out of the back.
What I like, Almia that time again, didn't just boot it out, but got the play started. Number 19 for Haddon Township.
Here comes the white. Nice little pass, feathered by Tommy Johnson. Johnson and Wilson were quite a twosome over at Woodbury.
They were. We saw them in that game against Glassboro, that 1-1 tie that we broadcast, and they were absolutely a dangerous duo on offense. Good way of spreading the field here by the white.
They really do move the ball well. You would think that these guys have played together. Again, a good through ball, but just a little too much, but a good idea. And the green team pushing it forward.
By the way, Rob, just for your sake, I checked this. There will be no overtime in this.
I cannot tell you the level of disappointment. Last night I was thinking about you, hoping for overtime, hoping for a tie anyway, just so I could have that discussion as to the beauty of overtime in an all-star game, particularly when it's 3 below 0.
Yeah, this weather's not bad. We've worked in some colder ones than this.
Well, that Kingsway game, well, I guess we can't call it a Kingsway game, the all-star game at Kingsway, that'll go down in the annals of Channel 5 history.
It was also the evening I heard the meanest comment, and that was by our director, Stan Ritter, who said, it's very warm in the truck. I had to turn the heat down. We were shivering.
Yeah. Particularly, we had it bad, but how about the camera people? Kevin Lamastro was there.
And he was telling us it was a little too warm in the truck.
I think it was just last month that he started getting feeling back in his hands.
Yeah.
And some changes coming in for the green team. Throw in here. About 10 minutes in. Still scoreless. You surprised at that, Mark?
Well, I am, because both teams have actually had some really, really good opportunities and some nice runs, and the white team in particular has played very well. And look at Glover that time with the pass.
And just waiting on it. But I tell you what, that's very impressive. Not only the pass, Mark, but the way that he's able to control the ball, knowing how much space he has, maximizing his speed, and then the pass, just beautifully done.
Not only that, and I always talk about this, Rob, he's a guy that can run fast as he dribbles. This is as good a through ball as you're going to see there. And Dollarton, not a bad guy to send in there, and a really good defensive job by West Deptford's Nick Pirano, who probably number 4 there, as you saw on the replay. Great job by the people in the truck on that. He saved the goal by just getting his foot on there, and Dollarton wasn't able to walk in on goal.
And now again the white team. Freidrich serves it to Babcok in the box, unable to.
Rob, they're overpassing when they get to that area. Start peppering the keeper with some shots there. I mean, it's nice to be unselfish, but when you overpass like that, you have a chance to lose the ball, as they did. There's Almia chasing it down. I'll tell you what, at least to this point, Kevin Glover's been the best player on this field here tonight.
He's played very well.
McGuire will take the throw in.
Clear!
Headed up. And the ball sent in. That could be trouble, as it had a little spin due to the deflection.
Well, that was Nick Forte, and that's one of the first times that we've called his name tonight. Nick was the leading scorer, West Deptford, with 10 goals this year, 8 assists. Fulani, you see there, winning the head ball. And there's Forte, and hit it off the defender.
So a corner kick for the green team. You can see the crowd right on top of the field obstructing our view. Cannot make out who that is.
James Jordan of Haddonfield. We talked about his accuracy.
Headed on. Great save. And a tremendous opportunity for the green team. A big save there by Pinsky.
Wow, well, that was a Haddonfield connection that time. Jordan to Falana. Falana standing on the far post, and he wasn't marked. And a guy that dangerous, you have to account for him. And right at goal.
Again, another opportunity here, and that goes over the end line. Here's the corner from Jordan.
Now watch Falana, Rob. He's all the way on the far post. He's not marked at all. And a nice job by Pinsky getting that angle there.
Mind you of Jordan and Pippin. Or not.
Yeah, a little hyperbole on that statement, wouldn't you say?
Hey, it's an all-star game.
Get up, get up.
Why not?
Push out.
And the white team feeling the pressure of the green. Babcock sends it out, throwing green. Towards the middle. Falana battles. McGuire.
You know, it's interesting for the way that the white has dominated, the green has gotten a couple of pretty good opportunities here tonight.
Particularly in the second half.
Yeah.
The first half, Prince with a good opportunity. A left footer
Yeah.
bent just outside that far post.
at an almost extreme angle, too. Again, as I said, I had thought he should have taken it earlier, but he obviously did the right thing there. I think a lot of these guys like Prince, Falana, they get re-energized when they play a different position. And a lot of these guys in college, they're going to be playing different positions than they played in high school. So many times you see a prolific scorer in high school, he ends up playing an outside back in college. So, I mean, other than keeper, you really have to know how to play just about everywhere.
Locally, Stockton University, another fine season.
How about that? One game away from the Final Four.
You know, that's a team that was led by Jeremy Cohen, who we saw. And Cohen, you know, I always marveled why there wasn't greater interest in Cohen.
Well, and his father is an administrator at West Deptford, and yeah, he was an all-conference performer as a freshman.
I mean, he was dominating.
Yep.
And again, it always makes you wonder what it is that coaches see or don't see, because obviously you have a player who dominates at the high school level, and yet there's minimal interest. I mean, there was interest from Division III, but again, he looked to be better than a Division III player. And a little outside of Division III interest, and you can see he's dominating at one of the top programs, certainly on the East Coast in Division III.
Well, if you remember his senior year at Hamilton, Rob, he had that leg injury and he missed the last part of the year. I don't know if that played into it, but I mean, Stockton under Jeff Haynes, and again, they one game away from the Final Four this year, and they had a 2-0 lead in the game too. But they're recruiting kids that can play Division I. They just happen to be in the Division III program. I mean, you know, he had Dominic Ramo from Delran, a freshman there. I mean, Dominic Ramo could play at a lot of D1 schools.
We had him years ago right here against West Deptford in a playoff game.
I mean, he had one of the great single senior seasons that you've seen in recent South Jersey history last year when Delran was co-Group 2 state champion.
He's done a tremendous job with that program. You know,
Yep.
Stockton used to be, I was mentioning last night, they used to be a team that perennially would take a whooping, and now they're handing them out.
Oh, remember, they won the national championship.
Yep.
Well, it's more than a few years ago now, and now get to the Final 8 this year. The only problem is in Division III, it's really tough because a lot of times the New Jersey Athletic Conference doesn't get more than one team in the NCAA tournament. And that's tough because the fourth best team in that division could probably win a lot of divisions in the country. You know, Rutgers Camden had a great year under Greg Ogden. Rowan always is tough.
Rutgers Camden start off the year really putting the wood to an Elizabethtown team that really could have. They won their first round game and lost to Johns Hopkins, who I believe at the time was ranked number 2 in the nation. They had a lead and yielded a goal with about 7 minutes remaining. Prior to that, they had defeated a school escapes me from North Jersey, who last year was the national runner-up. So, you know, Rutgers Camden has really turned things around as well.
Here's a look, the weight, you know, continue to put more pressure on. Boy, that ball's dying, isn't it? It's over the line. That was a valiant effort that time by Rupertus, number 24 of Audubon. Here comes Prince. He's back up top again. Hey, he wants to get some goals.
One of the things that makes him dangerous is his size. You see him leaning on Kyle Darrow.
Well, that time he almost made a tackle that football coach Clyde Folsom would have been proud of.
He would still have a tough time breaking that lineup.
Prince didn't exactly use finesse on that move, let's
No.
just say. But I'll tell you, he's so hard to get off the ball because he's so physically strong.
The West Deptford football team will be trying for a state championship, and we'll have it here for you on Channel 5.
I heard a rumor that you and I might be doing that game.
Okay, you can always watch the game and put the sound down. And the white team again clears it out.
It's Kyle Darrow of Haddon Heights. Hasn't been that busy back there, but
Wilson breaking down his defender. Will cut it back in to the middle. Little flick and sent out by the green.
See, again, Rob, I'd like to see Wilson a little more selfish. He had one defender one-on-one on that left flank. He brought it back in there. The defense was able to retreat and everything. Maybe try to make a move and go and take a shot on goal.
I think, particularly because in the evening, the ball's going to have a little slickness to it, the grass a little dewy, and makes it all the tougher for the goalkeeper. Darrow will throw it in here for the white. What's great about these all-star games is you see kids out here doing their best, working hard, knowing that perhaps there's a college coach that will be excited about their play and generate some interest, but that against the backdrop of typically tremendous sportsmanship.
It really has. And the officials, we always say how the officials have let them play, but they really have here tonight. There are very, very few whistles. And very few needed to be.
Right.
I mean, these guys are playing good, clean soccer.
We're about midway through, just past midway through the second half. Scoreless. Herb Moyer, senior all-star game at West Deptford Park. The boys first, the girls to follow.
Of course, the late Herb Moyer, a tremendous coach at West Deptford High School.
And here's a deflection, but handling it, Pinsky.
And we have an injury right now. Well, here comes Prince, and he has the far post, but looked like the ball deflected that time, didn't it, Rob, off number 14, Kyle Darrow?
It did.
What are we playing that at?
And the green team's the green team's McGuire down. We'll step away. Scoreless at West Deptford Park.
Pizza.
Welcome back to West Deptford Park. Liberty and Patriot division. Scoreless in the 2004 Herb Moyer Senior All-Star game here at West Deptford Park. The boys up top first. I'd like to thank John Cobb for bringing us pizza tonight to keep us on a high energy level. Unfortunately, I haven't had any yet. I tried to break away during the injury, and our cameraman, Kevin Lemaster, sometimes director, I tell you what, he had the whip out, and he lassoed me.
Can I ask you this? Do you think there are more than one viewer that cares that you don't have pizza right now?
No, I really don't. But I was wondering the motivation, because it's the most animated I've ever seen Kevin Lemaster, but now I realize he wants it for himself.
I think they really didn't want to tell us the bad news. I bet they ate it all in the truck.
Well, let's see. We've got Darren Leary and Stan Ritter in the truck. You're right.
What are the chances of that pizza surviving? Oh man!
And we also have Fred in the truck tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right? So our chances are growing smaller and smaller.
You and I might be like splitting the crust or something,
It's only if they're satiated. Well, it was good to see McGuire from Collingswood able to come off the field under his own power as the wind's starting to kick up. A chilly night here at West Deptford Park, cool and wet. Wilson, shot, save.
Wow, Pinsky did a nice, or Bryant did a nice job on the angle, but I think Wilson could have gone far post on that one. But Keith Bryant was right there for Haddonfield. And again, a lot of substitutions coming out. And you have to think that as we're into the 65th minute here, you have to think that the White, who has been able to substitute a lot more freely, is going to be fresher here down the stretch.
Freidrich having it stolen away.
Clear.
White team, a little flick out of their own end. And here they come. Here comes the white team. Freidrich looking to settle. And there's Glover. Very impressive in that first half. Feeds Freidrich. Freidrich working his way through traffic. A little give and go. Nicely done. Freidrich in the box. And negated by this green defense.
You know, he ran over the ball that time. Again, I thought maybe a one-touch shot on that or something would have done some damage. I mean, the white team is doing a great job working it from 18 to 18. It's just when they get to that inside that 18 that, and we've talked about a little bit of overpassing. Of course, that's probably some respect too for Fran in goal, who had an outstanding senior season for Haddonfield. Look at Falana staying on that ball. Now he's looking for someone. Someone has to run to him, though. He's doing too much here, and if he keeps up...
Still manages to find a teammate. The green.
I think one of the things these youngsters, a lot of them will learn, especially when they get on the college level, is how to run off the ball. A lot of times you see players just standing there waiting for a pass, and you have to keep running the space, running the territory off of it.
That's a good point. You see that a lot also in the scholastic basketball games.
Right. Actually, you see that a lot in the NBA. We'll get into that.
I think that's their offensive set. Stand by midcourt while Iverson isolates.
Yeah.
That's for another day.
You, clear.
I guess we could say that sometimes they're standing up in the stands.
Keep.
And keeper sending it away. Scoreless here from West Deptford Park.
By the way, how about the year West Deptford had? 16-3-3 on the season. One loss to Haddon Township in the tournament, one to Haddonfield in the regular season. And also a 1-0 loss to St. Augustine in the South Jersey Coaches Tournament. Great job by Coach Tim Camerata once again here for West Deptford.
Down the wing. White team putting on pressure. Edge of the box, sends it to the middle.
Well, that was Tom Johnson, again showing that kind of speed that he has with the ball. Number 10 for the white team from Woodbury.
Falana. A good through ball, looking for Prinz. Prinz running onto it, a race with the goalkeeper, and the keeper wins this one.
Good job by Pinsky because Prinz was going full speed that time. Falana just a little bit too much on that pass, but a right idea. Spreading them out.
Freidrich. Serves to Glover.
Now,
Glover.
pop it. Yep.
Shot on by Glover. And again, you see the dangerous left foot of Glover.
See, even though the result wasn't what Glover wanted, that's what you have to do, Rob. Pop them. Start making them think about it from there. Freidrich got it to him in time. See, Freidrich is thinking, hey, maybe should I turn the corner or not? Actually, if you can one time it, he pushed it a little bit too far in front of him that time, but that's the right idea. If I were a coach, I'd be telling my guys shoot it all the time. I don't know.
That's the Jim O'Brien approach, isn't it?
But the problem is, in all seriousness, the white has gotten in too much trouble around that area, messing around and making an extra pass that has been stolen away.
What a great ball again by Glover. He really has been phenomenal today.
Yeah.
Here's a shot, left foot, score! The white team breaks out on top with Lou Dollarton.
I think that Fran thought that maybe he was going to go to the other side because Fran had pretty much of the near post block, but Dollarton decided to go that way. And Rob, what are we talking about? You take the shots right away. And look at Freidrich that time, shielding the ball and really making the play to keep it in there. And Dollarton had to fight off it one time and shoot. And see, as a near post, and Bryant was there pretty much, but I don't think he thought that he was going to go that way.
Now, you saw Freidrich with the feed, and that feed coming right before that from Glover. So, again, Glover really pushing the play and creating opportunities for this white team.
Of course, Dollarton knows how to put the ball in the net. 26 goals over the last 2 years.
Backheel, Dollarton fans, and now the green team will look to turn and go. About 10 minutes or so remaining in this second half, and unable to keep it in for the green team, Johnny Corcoran from Sterling.
Or as some would say, 10 minutes till the pizza. I'm only kidding.
Here comes the green team. I wouldn't get my hopes up too high.
I'll tell you what, though, if I'm a college coach and I'm looking at players, I mean, Glover would probably be the first place I would check about his availability.
But I tell you, and let's talk about a couple of players that have really shined. Almia has always been impressive to me in the back. He's done a great job, and you look at Prinz and the versatility, the size that he brings, and of course we've seen how Freidrich is a big-time player, always seemingly coming with the clutch goal.
Yeah, Prinz is the type of guy that I could see being more like an outside back in the college level, very strong. Freidrich, yeah, he's, he could help someone in the midfield. I think he's one of these guys, Rob, that we talk about people changing positions, but to me, he's a midfielder every level that he plays. Maybe kind of has the build in the game to possibly be a stopper, I think, as well. But I would keep him in the midfield.
Glover, of course, a forward for the Gators.
Well, Glover, I wouldn't mind. If I were a coach, I'd have Glover as a midfielder just because of the vision that he has and the way he can hit people from distance and can start setting up plays.
We can't forget Kyle Falana, who's always seems to have an imprint on the game.
Yep.
And Wiltsey was always steady for West Deptford.
And there are a lot of others that we have not mentioned that'll go on and do very well in college here. This is Babcok, I think, I talked about earlier, the touch that he has, the young man from Haddon Heights. There are just a number of very, very talented players. And here's one in Johnson.
And don't forget his teammate Corey Wilson as well.
That ball, he put a little bit too much on it. That was a very good idea. He saw Babcok moving off the ball, and he went to space. It was just too much on that pass.
Now the white team, wholesale changes. As we head into the last 8 minutes or so.
Well, now the green team has Forte of West Deptford and Falana of Haddonfield up top. That's a pretty good duo right there that could cause some problems for the defense.
Whistle blows, and a quick restart for the white team. White team would love to add to that 1-0 edge. And a little flick. Benign play by Jeff Kirk.
Good settle that time by Forte.
Very nicely done, and Forte turns, has space. Forte looks, getting through the defense. Forte now sends it to the wing, finds his teammate in Collingswood's McGuire. Good to see him back in the game.
You know, Westchester is a school
Nice
that
work.
Forte has been in contact with, and I think Forte could help a lot of teams. I like his game. I just think he's a guy that's a sniper. He's very dangerous around a goal.
Wilson feeds it to the middle. And the white team having a tough time trapping.
You know, Wilson had Matt Guilfoy, who was running down that right flank. Now, he had a defender on him, but I thought maybe with a through ball that was put in there, he might have had a shot at him that time.
White team on the edge of the box sends it towards the middle. Again, left foot. McGuire knees it out. And we may have gotten away with a handball.
Yeah, McGuire would like to have that again because he needed it right into the middle of the box.
Here's Falana trying to tie things up for this green squad. Falana
Nice
and
work.
sends it off of the white defender. That was a sliding Kyle Darrow.
That was an excellent read by Darrow because, you know, he's the last line of defense, but he saw that he had to get up there and that he could beat Falana to the ball that time. Normally, you don't want your sweeper going that far up, Rob, and taking a chance like that, but he read the ball very well.
Clear. Push out.
Flick and a slip. Down to the last 5 minutes unofficially. From the back, the green. Putting on pressure, misplayed. Shot. Score. Prince with the goal.
They always tell you play the miss, and that's what it means right there. He played the miss that time. Played it as if the ball would go by. The keeper was misjudged.
Well, costly miss here by Pinsky.
James Halpern setting it in that time. Now the other thing, it's interesting. Do you see number 14 there in the white going? He actually took the wrong angle. Darrow that time. He could have actually gone to that ball and still got it, but he retreated back to cover the goal. It was a split-second decision that he made, and probably if he had to do it over again, he would have gone toward Prince, but he didn't want to leave that goal wide open in case he got beaten.
You sure you don't want overtime here, Mark?
I'll tell you what, both these teams have come alive.
Wouldn't you love to see a little shootout?
No. I never like seeing games decided on PKs. To me,
Maybe like I could shoot for the white team and you for the green. We'd have to have an open net though.
Now, and the winner would get the one slice of pizza that they've left us in the truck.
That's right.
Now, I always say that deciding a game on PKs is like deciding a basketball game by sending people to the foul line, each team. I don't know.
I think it'd be more like a dunk contest. I think the fans might like that. Not that I would. I'm here for the fans, Mark.
Yeah, you're Mr. Fan. I know you.
I honestly think in a All-Star game, why not have PK? It's exciting. I agree with you, though, actually. I would like to see – one thing I don't like is in the finals that they have co-champions. Let them play.
Oh, no, I like that. I like that part.
But that's the difference between a news reporter and a coach right there. News reporter likes to see everybody happy. A coach is just sheer competitive.
No, I don't, but wow, this game almost became untied that time on a nice cross by Guilfoy of Gateway, number 22 for the white. Rob, I personally, my opinion is 80 minutes is enough in an all-star game, especially when you have a girls' game of going to be another 80 minutes right after it.
Well, I'm talking about in the state championship games.
Oh, yeah. The problem is, they play a lot of those games on the same field, and you could be there for hours with the other teams waiting to play.
Yeah, but I mean, in baseball, theoretically the same thing could happen. I mean, they don't say after 10 innings or 9 innings, 7 innings, whatever, hey, you know what? Let's call it a draw. Our standard editor's chiming in our ear. He's taunting one of us. I haven't decided which one. But
no, it was you. Believe me, it was you, and deservedly so.
Oh, thank you, Mark. Well, again.
By the way, the game ended while we were talking.
A well-played game. A well-played game by both teams. Again, Mark, the winners really here are the seniors that played in the game, able to showcase their skills for the college coaches and the fans alike.
We saw a lot of very, very good players. I think it's a number of these players will be in the South Jersey Senior All-Star game tomorrow night, but I thought this was just a very good skill level from both teams. We saw that kind of possession soccer that you don't always see in the regular season, Rob, and guys like Glover really, really stood out here.
Well, Dollarton, the goal scorer for the Patriot, and it was Prinz, a bit of an unlikely goal scorer to tie things for the Liberty, and that's where we finished. The Liberty and the Patriot, the final score, 1 apiece. Stick around. We'll have the girls in the Herb Moyer Senior All-Star game from West Deptford Park.